What's good, internet? Welcome to my channel and welcome to my weekly design training where I share free design tips with designers. I have a design I received during the week from a designer. I'm going to share what is working and what is not working in the design. And I'm going to use this to create my version and teach you guys how to achieve successful design projects. I'm sure you're going to learn from this tutorial, so let's start. Now, the first thing I really love about this project is the fact that we can easily see the information in the project. I know this is a fictional design because of the information we have in the project. The proximity is beautiful. And when I say proximity, I'm referring to the grouping of the elements where, we see elements that are close to each other as one group. This also as another group. All right. And then we now have this alone. And then we now have this here. So the proximity in the project is beautiful. And the other thing I love so much about the project here is the focal point where, the title is telling us, hey, I'm the first thing I want you to see in this project. And I'm talking of the way the designer played, with this information that we have here. All right. So, yeah, it shows that you guys are improving. But the other thing I noticed that is not really working here is the not really focusing on the message. All right. Now, aside from you making the content clear, which is also part of the important part of every design composition, there's a part of pointing the project to the right audience and also telling the story in the project. The part of telling the story in the project is the part of making the illustration used in the project that is necessary. That's the project, the illustration that you're to use to really tell the story that inform the right viewers. The part of making it clear in the project is very important. And I think that is what this designer, did not really do well here. And the other thing you also need to do where, working on a project like this is concerned. Now, this is more like a party poster because anytime you see the name DJ, it simply means it's a party poster. And this project here is for, I think it's more like a competition for DJs. And if that's the goal, we need to really create that feel, that making people know that yes, it's going to be very interesting, and we need to give life to the project. There are several ways you can achieve this. I'm going to show you some of the ways you can give life to your project and really make it look interesting to the eye. So I'm going to be very fast with the recreating of this. I'm going to open the folder now, drag and drop on the new layer icon and drag this out. All right, so we're going to make this, we're going to turn this to an interesting background. So I'm going to hide this, and this is the image here. All right, let's just hide this. So this is the image. So I'm going to change the blend mode back to normal and make the fill go back to 100. So this is what is really talking to the audience. So we need to change with the layer mask, then Alt and backspace. All right, so I'm going to hide this for now. So we can't fade this to the background because it will look as if something is wrong with the body. So how we're going to do this is to move this image up. So it looks like it's hidden at the upper part of the frame. Then the other thing we need to do is, I know we have picture of a peach here. So we are going to take this out. I'm going to use my lasso tool to draw a selection now. So I'm just going to draw this here because we don't want people to see the peach. We're not trying to, talk about the peach here. And I'm going to add my background to the layer mask. So I'm going to hit Control and backspace to select the brush tool and go to the brush tab here. Now, if you can't find your brush tab, simply go to Windows and activate it here. Okay. Now, I'm going to increase my brush size and I'm going to switch to black here because I want to take out part of the, the image. I can now apply my brush like that to the project. Then what I'm going to do is to make this visible, and I'm going to hit Ctrl T to activate the free transform, right click and say rotate 180, and this should move up here. I'm going to put this in a group, so I'll hit Ctrl G to put it in a group. And the reason why I'm doing that is this part of the body of our DJ here is hidden. All right, so we need to bring back the body. So I'm going to activate the pen tool and I'm going to make my parts like that to create a selection of the body. So for those of you that don't know how to use the pen tool, don't be afraid and don't sign out from this training, okay? I have a tutorial where I explain how to use the pen tool. So you can go check out the video after this training. So I'm going to hit Control and Enter to convert this to a marquee, and I'm going to activate the light image, and I'm going to call this light. All right. Then I'm going to add a layer mask to this by clicking on the layer mask icon, and this is this is not working the way we wanted. So I'm going to hit Control I to reverse the mask. And as it is right now, this is not okay. So we need to fine tune this. So I'm going to move the image. I'm going to select the move tool and move the image. I'm going to activate the free transform on the layer and make this a bit bigger. That good. So what we're going to do now is to activate curve on the image, and I'm going to select the clip icon. Then I'm going to boost this by increasing the brightness of this because people need to see this. All right. So I'm going to increase the brightness of this a bit, but I'm going to do this in two different ways. So the first one is to boost the light on the turntable. So I'm going to double click on the layer, the curve layer, and blend with this. So I only want this to affect the lighter part of the turntable. That should be, I'm going to take this away, make this be on the highlights. So I'm going to move this out like that and hit the OK button. Then I'll select the layer mask of the layer and hit Control I to reverse the mask and select the brush tool. And I'm going to switch to white here because we need to bring back the curve. So I'm going to apply my brush to the project like that. All right, then I'm going to activate curve again and click on the clip icon. And this time we're going to now boost like that and hit Control I again to reverse the mask. Make sure your foreground here is still set to white. And I'm going to apply my brush like that because people need to see this. All right, they need to see it. Now, notice I did not apply this to the hand. In this project here, we have this lights, this rim light on the body of the character we have here, and we have a white light here. So it means the connection there or the unity there is not balanced. So we need to make the unity here balanced. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to this light layer here. All right, so I'm going to select the adjustment icon here and select solid. Then I'll hit the OK button and hide this for now. Then I'll go double click on the thumbnail and sample the blue color from the fog that we have on the image here. Then I'm going to hit the OK button. Then I'm going to change the blend mode. Sorry, we need to make this visible. Then I'll change my blend mode to color. All right. Then this should be here. Then I'm going to change this to, I'm going to reverse the layer mask by hitting Control I. Then I'm going to select the brush tool. Make sure your foreground is still set to white. Then we're going to bring this back. But as it is right now, I'm not really feeling what's going on here. So this should be only for this layer. So I'm going to hold down Alt and place my mouse in between the two layers and clip this. So whatever I do now will only affect this layer. So I'm going to select the layer mask now and apply this to the light layer there. Okay. So yeah, there's something I think I didn't do well here. I want to have some of the light that we have in the image here. So what I'll do is to select the layer mask of the image here and make sure my foreground is set to white and bring back the light that we have on the light layer there, because yeah, we need those lights. Just to add curve again, because I really want those light in the background to be more visible. So I'm going to boost this like that and select the clip icon here. Then I'm going to blend it this by double clicking on the layer, and it should be from here. So I'll move this from here like that, and hold on Alt and break the slider like that, and hit the OK button. Then I'm gonna select the layer mask and hit Control I. Now we need to be on the brush tool again and bring back that curve. All right, so I'm gonna bring that back like that. So this is better, like so. Good. Then the other thing we want to do here now is to now create a separation between our character here and the background. So to do that, what I'm going to do is to create a new layer inside the layer of this group light here, and I'm going to call this fog. All right, and hit the enter key. Then I'm going to hold on Alt and pick a color to my brush tool here, and I'm going to softly apply my brush, all right, to the back of my subject here. I'm going to add a curve again, and this curve is going to be bright, you know, like so. I think this should be out. Okay, let's just make this brighter like that, and I'm still going to add more light there. I wanted to move the curve above everything here, and I'm going to hit Control and I to reverse the mask, and I'm going to make sure my foreground is set to white and bring back the curve, you know, like that. If you look at the light we have on the turntable here, is a bit different from the light that we have behind the DJ and also on the DJ. So what I'm going to do is to blend this to make the colors uniform. So what I'll do is I'm going to add hue saturation, and I'm going to select the picker icon here and pick this color, this blue color here. All right. Yeah, so we have the colors selected. Now I'm using Photoshop CC 2024. All right, so it's possible your Photoshop may be different from mine if you're not using the same version that I'm using. So I'm going to adjust the hue. All right, so I'm going to move the hue till I see this color that I have here on the DJ set. So I think this is the color. Now you see that the uniformity here is about to balance. So I'm going to increase the saturation, and let's still play with the hue. All right, and I think this is better. So there's this side of the DJ set that I want to apply a glow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new layer above this. Brightness of the color here, and I'm going to softly apply, apply this here. Select the pen tool, all right, and zoom in with control minus. Then I'm going to draw or make my parts like that. All right. I'll close that and hit Control and Enter to convert the part to a marquee and add a layer mask. Then I'm going to hit Control I to reverse the mask like that. So we need to just fade this a bit because it's looking too razor sharp. So I'm just going to fade this just very light like that to really make the unity there balance. This is not supposed to be like this. Let's turn this off because I want to see the light image. So I'm going to draw a selection. This part of the image needs to overlap on the turntable. Yeah. So I'll close it and hit Control and Enter to convert that to a marquee and push this back. I'm bringing back part of this light image now to the scene. So I hold on Alt and backspace. Select this layer here, select the brush tool, and I'm going to softly apply this here like that, and also apply this here. Gently apply this here. Why I'm applying the brush to this part of the DJ's turntable is to achieve depth. I'm going to create a solid layer. So I'm going to select the adjustment icon here and say solid. So then so you see we've made one funny mistake here. I'm supposed to be above this. So I'm going to select the icon again and say solid and turn this off. All right, and make this visible. Then double click on the layer and sample this color here. All right, so like that. Good. So I'm going to select the OK button and make this visible. Then I'm going to hit Control I to reverse the mask. Then I need to bring this back. Okay, so I'm going to make my brush smaller and apply my brush to this side of the image. Then I'm going to make another, or let's just, okay, I'm going to make another solid layer. I'm going to select the OK button, hide this, double click on this and pick red this time. So I'm just going to pick this type of red there. All right, and hit the OK button. Make this visible, select the layer mask and hit Control I. And I'm going to apply this here. So if you're loving this, can I see you give this a thumbs up? All right, that's one of the ways you guys can make me feel like, yes, you're having fun watching me do what I'm doing. We need to find a way to reduce the light so as to make the information that we plan to place in the project visible. There's something I still feel like doing here. I still feel like adding more lights to this side here. All right, because yeah, shouldn't want people to see that part of the turntable. All right, so what I'll do is I'm going to select the pen tool, right? Then I'm going to go straight to the folder where we have the light and just crop this. So this is what we're going to use to reduce the amount of lights that we have in the project. So I'm going to hit Control and Enter to convert this to a marquee and hit Control J. All right, then this should be above everything. Good. So I'm going to make a copy of this by hitting Control J again, and this should come down here. And I'm going to activate the free transform and make this wider like that. And I'll make a copy of this, hide this, select the lasso tool here. That's the polygonal lasso tool, and just crop this. Yeah, I actually like this column that we have here. So then I'm going to add a layer mask to this by holding down Alt and click on the layer mask icon there. Then we are going to make this visible, and this should move to this side. Hit Ctrl T to activate free transform. So I'm going to right click now and say skew. All right, and I'm going to skew this because yes, this is on this side here. So then I'm going to hit the enter key. I'm going to hide it, select the polygonal lasso tool there, and just make my selection like that. Then I'll make this visible. I'm going to click on the layer mask icon there. Now we've turned off that light there, and I'm going to make a copy of this. Then I'm going to activate free transform, right click and say flip horizontal, and we're going to move this and place this here. So I'll hide this, and I'm going to draw or make my selection there. Make this visible. Select the layer mask icon, and I'm going to apply my background now to the layer by hitting Control and backspace and hit Control D. Now you see we've turned off the light there. Now for this side here, we also need to reduce the amount of light we have here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of this. All right, and this, in fact, let's put this in a group. So we have 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to hit Control and G to put them now in a group. So I'll call this B. I'll move this to this side here. Activate the free transform. Right click and skew. Then move this here. Good. Then I think we're good now. So I'm going to put everything in a group. So I'll shift select and hit Control G and call this top height everything. Select the pen tool, and then we are going to create a selection. So I'll make this visible now and hit Command and Enter or Control Enter. So I'm going to click on the layer mask icon to crop that part out. Then there's something I'm not really feeling here. You see all these lights we have here? I'm not really feeling them. I'm talking of the red lights. So what I'm going to do is to blend it this. So I'll double click on the layer to activate my layer style here. I'm going to softly move this away from the lighter part of the buttons and hold on Alt and split the slider, and this should go back and this should go back a bit like that. Yeah, this is better. So I'll select the OK button. So I'll put everything here in a group, right? Control G, and call this, desaturate the image a bit. Then I'm going to say I only want this to affect the boards. All right. I'm going to stamp visible the project by holding Control Shift Alt and E like that. And I'm going to hold down Alt and sample this color from here and softly apply this, you know, like that. So I'll type that out now. So I'll type Helvetica. So I'm using Helvetica Neue Black Extended. Space between, activate the free transform and make this bigger. Then I'm going to draw a shape. So this shape is going to be where we're going to have the other information that need to go for the project. So I'll change this to yellow, right? Because yeah, if you're creating a party poster, it's always best to introduce warm colors. Okay, so I'll change this to white so we can see our text. And now I'm going to hold on Control and click on the thumbnail of the text and hide the text layer. And I'm going to hold on Alt and click on the layer mask icon. All right, to crop that out from the shape. I'm going to put everything here in a group, activate the free transform and make this bigger. For you to achieve these round corners that I have here, all right, make sure you're on the shape tool and on your property tab here, make sure you have your corners changed like the way I have it here. Okay, so I have 15 as the corner of my shape there. Then I'm going to call this title and I'm going to right click and say convert to a smart object. Activate the free transform, make this a bit smaller, right click and say perspective and adjust the perspective there. Right click and say scale, make this a bit smaller, push this down here. So I'm going to right click again and say warp. Then we're going to change our warp to arc. All right, and I'm going to hold on shift and use the down arrow key on my keyboard here to adjust the settings there. And we can move this up a bit, activate the free transform, and I'm going to hold on shift and push this up, push this out and push this out. I'm going to hide this, right, and hide this. Then we're going to make a copy of this and push this here. Then I'm going to use the polygonal lasso tool here to crop this out. Then I'm going to hit Control J, all right, to cut that selection out from the image. Then we're going to make this visible and move this here. So I'm going to hold on Alt and clip this to the title. Then remember to convert this to a smart object. So while we're converting it to a smart object, it's for us to still maintain the quality of the image as we play with the transforming of the image. Okay, so I'm going to activate the free transform now. Right click and say scale, and this should move here. Move this out here for now. Good, and hit the enter key. Make a copy of this again, and this should move out. I'm going to put everything here in a group. So we need to take away the uh, clipping mask. So I'm going to hold on Alt and click here to take out everything from the clipping mask, put them in a group, Control G, and I'm going to hold on Alt and click on the thumbnail of the title and make sure that my cursor is on the group layer and hit the layer mask icon there. Then we're going to call this lights and change the blend mode here to vivid lights. So that drag and drop here, and we are going to crop this out like that. Good. Then I'm going to apply my background color to the layer by holding down Control and backspace. Then for this, I'm going to hit Control Shift and I to reverse the selection there and do the same move by holding Control and backspace. Now what I did now is I removed the light layer from this layer where we have this light here. Now watch if I make this visible now. If I say normal and I hide this, you see we don't have that light anymore on this shape. Now the reason why is because we have deleted that part of the light from this. Select the brush tool first, hold down Alt and sample this color here. Now I'm going to create a new layer like that, and I'm going to hold on Control and click on the thumbnail of this layer. All right, I'm talking of this particular light layer here, and call this nights. Then I'm going to hold on Alt and apply the color to the layer like that, and hit Control D to take out the marquee there. Then I'm going to change my blend mode here to vivid light here and make a copy of this and call this screen. Then I'm going to go to filter here on the vivid light light there, blur, and say Gaussian blur. And we're going to apply a glow light like that and hit the OK button there. We're going to make the same move here, filter, blur, and say Gaussian blur. So we need to make the light glow so it looks like a light. All right, like that. Then I'm going to select the OK button. Then for this, the texture is too much, so I'm going to turn down the opacity a bit like that. So we're going to make the same move. Hold down Control, click on the thumbnail, hold down control and click on the thumbnail of the yellow light or the orange light, and create a new layer and call this orange. What we have here, if I let's just add more orange to this, because right now it's looking too dull for me. So yeah, this is better. I'm going to select the OK button. Then I'm going to hold down Control and apply my background color to the layer by hitting backspace with Control hold down. And I'm going to say Control D right there. Go to filter, blur, and say Gaussian blur. All right. Then I'm going to move this up a bit like that. Hit the OK button and change the blend mode to screen. I'm going to activate hue saturation, and I'm going to activate colorize, increase the saturation, change this to, then I'm going to hit Control I. All right. Then we need to be, our foreground head need to be white, and you need to make sure your brush setting is set to soft round brush when doing what I'm about to do now. So I'm going to zoom in. So I'm trying to create unity here. Okay. So then I'm going to bring back the color right there. And so for this side here, the unity is still not balanced. So we need to now create another layer there and call this glow. We get calls a lot from people who are looking forward to go into graphic design but can't afford to pay for design school. So because of this, we decided to start a foundation where we can be a blessing to these people. We're looking at getting space and tools in order for us to meet our goals. Now, this is where we need you to support us with your donation. So if you have any amount you want to support us with, kindly make use of the account details on the screen. Every amount that comes from you will be highly appreciated. And we want to especially thank those of you who have been supporting us with your donations. Thank you. All right. And apply the brush here. The brush here. And excuse me, we need to make the same move here and here. All right. But I'm not sure I like this color I'm using here. It's not looking like the blue anymore. So we need to activate hue, and on the layer with Control U, and fine tune the hue or change the hue to look like the blue in the project. So I think this is it. So yeah, we can now, yeah, this is better. So we can even do the same. So I'm going to hit the OK button, select this, hit Control U, and make the same move. Yes, side here, we need to create a new layer and call this bottom. Select the brush tool, sample a color from here, and then fade this in line. Create a new layer. So I hold on Alt and pick sample a color from here. Then we can now add the other information to the project. Yes, sorry, that's not right. Okay. So good. So yeah, this is where we are going to say bye-bye. This is the after, and this is the before. I know you've learned so much from this tutorial. Now, I need us to work together to be a blessing to other creatives. If you know anyone who is fighting with knowing how to use Photoshop and also how to achieve successful design, kindly share this video with them. Now, if you love this video, give it a thumbs up. If there's anything you want to share with me, drop it in the comment section of this video. I'll do my best to reply you. And if you have not subscribed, remember to hit the subscribe button and remember to click the post notification bell so you get notified when I post my tutorials. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.